Welcome back to the channel. We got a little project today on the camper. We're going back to work on the camper. Maybe not quite what you're thinking, but we got a little something in. I just went down to FedEx and picked it up. Just a little something. Yeah, it's not very big. No big deal. Y'all probably don't even want to see this go on or even see what I mean. It's so little. It's kind of boring. So yeah, we won't even film it. Okay, just kidding. We will film it. I haven't opened this yet. This is a what? Haven't opened it yet, other than just to check. There's a little bit of damage on the box. So I opened it to check, make sure the tent wasn't damaged. But this is a tent from CVT Cascadia Vehicle Tents. This is a big tent. So we're gonna get it opened up, figure out how to get this thing installed, and you can hang out. Man, that sun's bright. Get back in the shade. You can hang out with us and see how it goes. All right, we got it unboxed here. It is humongous and it is upside down. So I gotta figure out how to flip this thing over. I'm gonna try to flip it over and set it up on the rails on the trailer here. I think if it's long enough, so I can take the cover off. Some of the mounting hardware is inside of it, so you gotta open it up to get the mounting hardware out. So somehow me and these four munchkins have to figure out how to pick this thing up, flip it over, and set it here somewhere. Should be interesting. Pretty sure that's how everybody gets their tents flipped and turned and prepped and ready to go on. Pretty sure that's normal. Saw it on their website. That's exactly what they said to do, including the bench press. So we're gonna open this up now. All the hardware for mounting it is inside, which is why I had to do all this to get it like this. So I'm gonna flip it open, get to the hardware, and then we can start getting brackets and everything for it. Should be interesting. All right, there she is. Got all the hardware out, so I'm gonna close it back up and figure out exactly how we're gonna mount it on the vehicle and maybe get it mounted. All right, there's our ladders. Sorry, it's really windy, so the audio is probably horrible on this whole thing, but we're gonna get these brackets bolted onto here so the ladder can slide on it. All right, we'll take these and two of these. Go here. And probably one of these wrenches will fit these bolts. Just fit. Yep. All right. We take this cap out. Okay, let's take these nuts off. This washer. Slides in.
Down? That's funny. Why do I have to go upside down?
Put that one in. Put those two in. That one will stay down on that end.
Right there.
Yep. And then put another one in. Oh, we left the washer on. Is that the washer? No. Okay, never mind. We're good. Yep. Alright, now we'll spread them out, and this will go down on top of it. Like that. Now we make sure the ladder will line up. Let's push this in, pull this pin out.
Why is this put out?
So we make sure that the ladder will fit in it about like that.
And then what do you do? You have to put
And
it on.
we put these on.
And then what do you do?
We take this wrench, so it starts to get snug. We got the ladders on. See what else we can do.
But this has to be opened up.
All right. We had some friends over, so I had to take a break from this project and do dinner and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to go back to work on this and try to get a little bit more done and maybe get it installed tonight. I may have to wait till tomorrow, hopefully tonight. But I want to get this installed because I got to work tomorrow naturally. And then there's a chance of rain starting tomorrow afternoon, and it's supposed to rain for the next few days. And the rendezvous in the Ozarks is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we're trying to get ready to go for that. I really want to get this installed for that trip. So I'm going to stay up late and hopefully get this installed. If not, I'll get really close where I can put it on tomorrow pretty easily. So next part is getting these roof rack bars on, the crossbars for the top of this. So this is the Hybrid series. So you can carry more gear on top. I don't remember exactly what the weight limit is. It's like 100 pounds, 150 pounds, something like that, that you can put on top of the tent on these rails here with the roof rack cross rails on it. So I'm gonna get those bolted on, and then we'll work underneath getting the brackets ready. And I've got to cut some custom cross rails to go on the camper so we can put it on. So let's get started on that. Here's the cross rails. They got some rubber end caps to go on the ends of these. Now these are the brackets for these rails, and these should be the bolts. These go. Yeah. guess I shouldn't have put this end cap on yet, but these bolts will then slide in here. Alright, so keep two down here. Send two to the other end. Stick this back on. Alrighty, well at this point, everything on here is installed. The crossbars are on, the ladder mounts are on for the two ladders. Everything is completely ready to go. We just need to get it onto crossbars and onto the vehicle. So, what I'm gonna do is take some Unistrut. I build everything out of Unistrut. I'm gonna take some Unistrut and cut some pieces down to the width that I want for my crossbars. And then my plan is to bolt the tent to the crossbars and then pick up the entire unit and set it on and then clamp it onto the vehicle. I think it's going to be the easiest way to go. I'm going to try to make this so that I can pull it up underneath something, a tree branch or whatever, and take a come along and some straps or some chains and pick the entire unit off of the camper just to take it off, or to put it onto the Suburban or onto another vehicle or anything like that. Trying to make it where it's fairly easy to take off with a come along underneath something to pick it up. Obviously it's too big, too heavy to pick up by myself. So I want to make it where I can take it off solo or with Sarah's help without her having, it's too heavy for her to pick up, practically speaking, safely, especially when pregnant. So let's do that. Let's make some crossbars and then see if we can get this thing on the roof. All right, so what we got here, just a regular old piece of Unistrut. This is the shallow. I usually, if you've seen the other roof racks that I have, the crossbars, it's made of the deeper strut. It's a little bit stronger. I think this is going to be strong enough. We're going to test it out and see. If I think it's too bouncy, if I don't like it, I'll switch to the deeper, but I'm trying to keep it down closer to the roof. So we're going to try this, see how it works. So the tent is 48 inches wide. So I'm going to make this about 52. Then go in the center here between these two holes, and it's about 52 inches. That'll give me enough on either side to be able to hook onto this and lift up the tent. All right, so now that we've got these, we're going to pull out our hardware here. So we got these pieces. These are just little pieces that will slide into the channel that's on the bottom of the tent. And you put your bolt in like this, it locks the head in, and it just slides in. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and here's our bolts. Then here are flat pieces that'll go underneath. All right, so I'm gonna put all the bolts in here real quick, and then we'll start getting it put on. That slides in there. Two there. Two more. Right here. And then the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to take my strut flat side up, just like this. Get our nuts and washers in these plates here. Okay, so my come along is not at the house. I think it's at the shop in my red truck, which is not at home. So the come along idea isn't going to work, but I still want to get this tent put up. So I've come up with the backup plan. Yeah, pretty sure this is how CVT recommends doing this. Not. So, just so long our boards don't break, we've gone old school and we've built a ramp to take the tent onto the roof. I have no idea if this will work, but in theory it should if nothing breaks and if I can force it up there. So we'll see what happens. And it's almost midnight. Guys, it is on. So I'm gonna call it a night. It's after midnight. It's like 1 o'clock. Hopefully it doesn't rain tomorrow and I'll get a chance to show it to you then. Otherwise, I'll show it to you at Rendezvous in the Ozarks when it stops raining. So we'll see, but I'll show it to you exactly how I got it mounted and all that kind of stuff as soon as possible. Good morning. check out that sunrise over there. It's a lovely morning. And here's our tent. We're getting ready to open it up. I'm just gonna show it to you in the daylight real quick. It's looking pretty good. So we used the Unistrut. These are 2-inch strut straps for a 2-inch conduit. We've been using those with the regular roof racks for carrying canoes and everything for years. Work great. I think I am gonna add a 3rd strut across the middle here, maybe a 4th. The shallow strut's sagging a little bit. It's strong enough, but it's not as strong as I would like. So I'm gonna add some more. I don't have any more of the brackets that go underneath, but I may order some more and do 3 or maybe 4 cross pieces to tie it all together and support it a little bit better. But I mean, it's looking pretty good. Yeah. Well, we're gonna open it up, and I don't think we'll put the annex on, but at least open it up and kind of see what it looks like and see how it is to open on the vehicle. It's on. I'm gonna let it air out for a little bit. I gotta go work for a little while and then I'll run back and get it closed up before it starts raining this afternoon possibly. So just let it air out. Looking good. Got lots of room now. So, all right guys, so yesterday we got it all packed back up. Didn't really have time to film. We were too rushed testing things out. We did put the annex on. This has the annex that goes underneath, and we did put it on and it's gonna work. We did learn a couple things that might be handy. So the way I had my cross rails right here, I had them sticking out another 2 inches probably. And the idea was that they'd stick out far enough where I could hook something on them, pick the whole thing up with a come along type deal and lift it off. Well, the groove is right up in here where the annex slides in. So it slides into a groove all the way down. So these crossbars are sticking out too far for the annex to slide in. So I had to push the bars in all the way. So it's not even now. The bars stick out farther on the other side than they do on this side. But so you can see they're sticking out further over here. Currently, I may rework some of this later, but I swallowed a bug. Ugh. So I had to bring those in, and then I also had to shift the entire tent over so that it would clear. So the tent is now just a little bit off center. It's not bad. I'd like for it to be centered, but there's no way to center it with these type of cross rails and be able to get the annex in there because they stick out too far. So I don't know. I may change some stuff up later and try to make it better. But for now, we're just going to roll with this. I did add 2 more crossbars in here because they were sagging more than I wanted. Those aren't actually clamped to the tent. They're just helping support weight. I'll probably get some more clamps so we can clamp all of them, or I may rework the whole thing. I don't know. We're going to roll with it for this weekend because we're heading to Rendezvous in the Ozarks for a few days, and we want to use this while we're out there. So it is fully functional. It's ready to go. Might make some changes later, though. But, yeah, we're excited. We'll show more of the tent later and everything, but right now we're just ready to go use it. So that's all for today. We'll see you next time.